Now what does that mean in detail? Well, you look at this world and you look at what people are doing. People in this world, as I said, what are we looking for basically? We're looking for meaningful relationships that give happiness. And this is why there are love affairs, and this is why there are marriages, family, and all of that. Because people are trying to find happiness in relationships. But unfortunately, in this material world, again, I have to say, everything is temporary. So all of these relationships we set up, we're setting them up for a great fall in the future. You know, as near and as dear as we may make someone to us in this world, that nearness and dearness later on is going to become a source of great misery. Because time will fully separate us from that. You know, that relationship will be fully cut. But this is what we're looking for. So, through Krishna consciousness, there is a whole transcendental level of relationship with Krishna. And that is as much detail as you see in this world. There is infinitely more detail in the spiritual realm in terms of relationship, full of light, life, color, activity, emotion, personal exchange, intimacy, all of that is there. But in these kind of introductory talks, you know, I only hint at these things. We don't go into these things very deeply. Yes?
I think it's quite strange because when you say, okay, the love I have between other people, with other people, and they with me, that's quite meaningless because it is the first start to be, you are running into a feeling that you won't like. Maybe when someone dies, I won't like it. But then again, you need the circle of birth and going on and death for our souls. So it's quite easy when two people love each other that new life is forming. Yeah, okay, maybe I shouldn't love her, but just make children with her. But it's still quite easy for me to love her. So isn't then there still the need for love on birth, even though it may hurt myself later?
Well, what I request you to do is to listen to very carefully to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I have explained already in this talk several times that the point of what I'm saying, this is not some, in that sense, radical anti-material philosophy. Simply because I say a simple fact that our relationships in this world are subject to time and therefore will be cut off and will bring us pain. That is not an argument against relationships. You are jumping to that conclusion. I am not arguing against relationships, but I'm just pointing out a simple fact. Because we're talking about different levels of consciousness, you see. So if we, yes, to have relationship with others, I've already explained, this is what we do. This is the nature of the soul itself. I'm not talking about stopping that. You can't stop it. There's no point in even thinking about trying to stop it. And that's not, I'm not trying to suggest that in any way, but what I am saying is that there, are different levels of consciousness. And so there is a higher level of consciousness of relationship. And this we call Krishna consciousness, but it's not just your own independent relationship with Krishna or God, and everyone else is just out of the picture. It actually means the total relationship between yourself, God, and all souls around you. And that includes, that consciousness also includes marriage. It also includes having children, love between man and woman, and father and mother and their children. It includes that. But it's happening on a different state of awareness. See, that's what I'm talking about. And all I'm trying to point out is that if our awareness doesn't go beyond just the perception of our senses and the false idea that I am the body, then these relationships that we have, which we will have anyway, yeah, you're right, it's going to go on anyway, but they're much more painful for us. And that's a fact. I mean, that's a simple fact. I'm not saying anything new here by telling you that. I mean, everyone knows that old age, disease, and death, these are not happy times for people. You see. But I started off my talk telling you that the Vedas teach us, that not only just teach us theoretically, but there is a process by which we can actually understand ourselves to be non-material, eternal in essence. And if we can realize that, then our whole relationship with everything changes, you see. Because right now our problem is that we're so much involved with matter in the wrong way that we're thinking I am matter too. You know, we think I am this body. You see, I ask someone, what's your name or who are you? And they always will answer in terms of the body. And that's the mistake.
But how do you, that's the only name you've got. You know.
No, yeah, that's the only name you know. But you have a spiritual identity. Just like we're using the name Krishna for God. Now God is an unlimited person. That means God is a person, but he's not one stereotyped personal figure. It means every type of personality has its origin in this one being. Male, female, every type of possible personality has its origin in God. So actually God has unlimited names. But Krishna we take to be the main name simply because it means all attractive. Because he's such a wonderful and all-complete person, therefore he's so attractive. But you're a person too. And I'm a person spiritually. We're all persons. So we also have a spiritual name. And you have a spiritual form. You have a spiritual identity. And right now it's just a seed in the heart. A spiritual seed. That we can develop by this process I'm talking about. Well, something to think about. You see, actually the basic concept that I'm presenting here, it may sound difficult, but it is really, when you see it as a picture, it's quite logical, and it's also universal. You know, even in the mysticism of the Western world, outside of India, there's a saying. The whole mystical philosophy is as above, so below. This, I think, goes back to ancient Greece and Egypt, ancient philosophers. As above, so below. I mean, that what we're experiencing here on this level, material level of consciousness, is a kind of reflection of something exalted and pure and eternal in the realm of pure spirit. This is it's very clear in Plato's philosophy, the philosophy of the Greek Plato. He had the same idea. So this is yes, it's ancient and it's also universal. It's not just confined to India. But in India, the process for actually realizing this is still known, is still preserved. There are spiritual schools where this process for actually raising the consciousness to see that this world is a reflection of a pure realm of spirit, spiritual form that is there. And that is what we do. And this is what the soul needs. The soul needs for its own inner satisfaction to come up to that realm. Because here we're just more or less relating with shadows, you see, things that come and go. Okay? Is there anything else?
Books.
Books?
Cakes.
That's your department.
Cakes.
Shadow.
Prasada.
Oh yes. Don't go without taking the prasadam. This is spiritual food we brought all the way from Amsterdam. We brought it just for you. It's vegetarian, it's very tasty. You'll like it. Guaranteed. This is the way we live and eat, eating this pure kind of food. So we brought some for you. So we want everyone here to please take a little piece of it. You can look at our books. You're always welcome if you ever come to Amsterdam to visit our center, or we also have communities, I think, closer. Isn't it?
Utrecht.
In Utrecht, okay. You can get addresses if you're interested. So anyway, I thank you very much. You've been a very nice audience, listening carefully. I realized I was presenting something that I'm not so familiar with. So, you're very gracious to have listened to it carefully, and I think you followed at least some of it. So thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.